Hello, Instagram. Happy Wednesday. I hope your Tuesday was prosperous and it was joyful and is abundant. And I hope you got those coins, baby girl. It is Wednesday, so y'all know what that means. This is episode 10, I believe, of the How to Life Methodically series, right? Teaching you how to create your life by design, right? How to make your experience as abundant and as fulfilling and as imaginative as possible, basically. So we've been talking about paradigms here recently. We talked about the step-by-step system to realizing your goal. You have a desire, you define your desire, you decide to go after it, you get emotionally involved in it. Your emotions involve your actions cause a reaction, and the reaction creates your results. But the part that typically gets people stuck when they're in these stages, right, is the action piece, right? The actual doing part. And the doing part comes from your behavior, right? What you do controls your results. But there's a very real and silent cause of your behavior, right? You don't just act randomly, right? You act habitually, right? You have paradigms or a habitual way of operating. So that's what we've been talking about, because that's the part that needs to change for anything to change. If you do not change your paradigms, if you do not change your habitual way of operating, you're going to continue to get the same results, 96 to 98%. So damn near all of them, baby. 96 to 98% of your results come from what you do habitually, okay? And if the results you are getting today are not to your liking, you need to know are caused by what you're doing currently, by your habits, right? And two, that you can change them, create new habits, right? To then create a new paradigm and create new results. We talked about paradigms briefly, what paradigms are, and then we talked about briefly how paradigms are created, right? And today we're going to talk about what they affect, okay? So basically a couple of areas, they affect every area of your life, let me be clear. 96 to 98% of all of your results. But I'm going to touch on some specific areas that I've seen personally in my life that I can give you examples on, and examples that I've, witnessed as far as being able to help you put two and two together. We're going to get started here shortly, baby. We're going to get started. I hope everybody is getting the coins. Life is good. Okay. Life is great. Okay, I attended the Break the Code event, and I'm going to have a whole live on this. I probably should have had it on this one, but I like to be a little bit more prepared about what I learned and what I took from it and what I've gained and done so far, right? Like 2023 is up. But, we're going to get back on topic. So, we talked about paradigms at the event, clearly. But, like I said, a paradigm is a multitude of habits. Okay, a paradigm is a multitude of habits stored in a section of your subconscious mind. Okay, habits are ideas that cause you to act without any conscious effort. Okay, you have an enormous amount of habits. We all have an enormous amount of habits, right? There's a certain routine that you go through when you wake up in the morning. I could go through my routine with you all step by step. Okay, I really could. And I could tell you what I'm going to do every day. My partner could tell you the same thing because he sees it every single day. So when it comes to paradigms, right? Paradigms affect every area of your life, every single one. There's not one area of your life that is not affected personally by paradigms. Okay. So paradigms affect your logic. They affect your relationships, your ability to earn money, your perception, the way you, your health, your beliefs. Paradigms affect your ability to your effectiveness, right? Paradigms affect everything, all of everything. Okay, so in general, right, when I say paradigms affect your logic, right, everything in life is relative, right? Everything in life is relative to our perception of it. Okay, when it comes to logic, right, before we were able to travel from Japan to Atlanta in the sky, right? Before we were able to do that, that was deemed illogical. It's illogical to be able to fly planes with people in them. That is illogical. Okay? That was the belief. That was the general consensus of the masses, that it was illogical, right? It made no sense. It was impossible to fly. Well, the Wright brothers said, y'all don't know what y'all talk about. And I don't really care what you're saying. I want to fly, right? I can't really speak to what people did in the past and what they tried. We're going to fly. And people thought they were crazy. Their father thought they were crazy, right? But to them, it made sense. Okay? To them, it was logical to be able to do this. If you follow the logic of the masses, you're most likely going to get the result of the masses. 97% of the population, right, earns $100,000 or less. 97%. Now, I only use money, and I'll always use money as a as a way to measure your life, right? Because money is calculable, right? You can count it down to the penny, right? I can tell you by how much you earn what type of life that you're living, right? The quality of your life. You could go to the doctor right now and he tells you that you're healthy, and then you pass out tomorrow. Right? So that health is, the money is very definite. It's calculable. I can see it. I know exactly your standard of living based on the amount of money you earn. Okay. So that's why I use money. But regardless, right? What you think is logical is going to dictate how you act. Right? I believe wholeheartedly, right? With all faith, all confidence in myself and in God/spirit/universe, that I'm a billionaire. Before my 30th birthday. This is not up for debate. This is a factual statement. Okay? That might be illogical to you. That might be illogical to a lot of people. Billionaire? How much money do you have right now? You can't be a billionaire. That's why you don't listen to other people. One. But to me, it is logical to be able to do that. It may not be to you, right? So paradigms dictate your logic, right? What you feel confident in doing. Paradigms also dictate your relationships, okay? Me personally, just to speak on myself, I have been programmed, right? I have a habitual way of operating that when I feel threatened, or I feel like somebody's coming for me, or I feel like you're doing me wrong, or whatever the case is, right? I have a response to flee. I want to leave the situation. Dead it. I don't care. I just want to leave it, right? And that has been my habitual way of operating, right, up until the relationship that I'm in now. I can't operate like that. It's not going to get me what I want, right? But I'm programmed in a relationship when things are not going the way that I want them to dip, to say I'm leaving, right? I've done that for so long, and it's been such a response, just a quick response for me, that it's automatic, right? It's a part of my habitual way of operating. Now, my ability to create positive relationships, right, is going to be affected by this way of being if I don't change it. Does that make sense? Right? When it comes to your perception, right? If your parents were the ones to tell you don't talk to strangers, right? Trust no one, right? No one's going to love you like X. If you've been programmed to believe that these things are true, right? If this was the habitual way of thinking around you, right? Because you have to understand that it's not just your doing, right? But it's your thinking. How you think habitually. You don't just, pick random thoughts each day. No, your thoughts are in harmony with the thoughts you had yesterday, the thoughts you had the day before that, and the thoughts you had the day before that. Your feelings are in harmony with the feelings you had the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that, right? So you have a habitual way of doing everything. Thinking, feeling, acting, working out, not working out, eating well, not eating well. You have paradigms around everything that you do. So if you were programmed to believe that you shouldn't talk to strangers, right? It may be very difficult for you to be in a room with thousands of strangers, right, at a networking event, right? Because people are strangers until you or they introduce themselves, right? If you've been programmed to not speak to strangers, that could absolutely hinder your success in your business, period. If you go to a networking event, you're supposed to network. But if you've been taught not to talk to strangers, subconsciously, right? Consciously, you said, I'm going to go to this event and I'm going to meet 5 people and tell them about my business. That was a conscious decision that you made. Your conscious mind controls 2 to 4% of your results. 2 to 4. However, that subconscious mind, the paradigm, the what you do habitually, that 96 to 98% kicked in as soon as you got to that event. You sat to yourself and you spoke to no one. And you left the event with the same amount of contacts or the same network that you had when you got there. That is a habitual way of operating. Paradigms affect your perception, okay? When it comes to your ability to earn money, if you are one of one of us who was taught that you go to school, get a good job, stay at the good job forever, and then you retire, right? If that is what you've been programmed to do, that is what you are going to do. If that is the habitual way of operating for your mom, your dad, grandma, all the people around you operate like this, you have no choice but to pick up on how they operate and operate that same way. So you could be at a job for 15 years. You've gotten a $15,000 raise in 15 years versus me. I've had 20 plus jobs already. I'm not even 26 yet. I've had 20 plus jobs. You know how many people told me, oh, you shouldn't be job hopping. They're not going to like that on your resume. Nobody cares. Nobody asked me about my job hopping. They don't ask me that. They want to know what I'm bringing to the table to this position and how much money I want. That's what they want to know. But if you're programmed to believe that you're supposed to stay at a job, you're supposed to be loyal to a job, right? You are going to cheat yourself out of so much money in life, period. And again, money, the more money you have, the better quality of your life. Overall, just in a general consensus, right? So your ability to earn money, that is affected by your paradigms. It's affected by your habitual way of operating. When it comes to your health, okay? If you are still eating the same things and the same way that your great-great-grandparents were eating, you should not be eating the intestines of a pig. Honestly, you shouldn't be eating pig at all. But that's another conversation. Why are you eating its intestines? Why are you doing that? We used, your grandparents and my grandparents took the resources they had and made the best of it. You are not in those times. You have access to technology, information, and a better quality of life. You should not be eating the same way that your great-grandparents did. And if you are, right, the odds of you getting the same diseases and having the same issues that they had is very, very high. Also, paradigms affect your beliefs. So if you believe that this certain disease runs in your family, right? When you believe something, you have no reason to question it. You believe it's true. You don't question things that you believe to be true. So if you believe that you're going to get the same diseases because it runs in your family and your mom got it and now you see that your doctor's telling you that you're, pre-diabetic or whatever it is, you're confirming in your head, okay, my grandma had this, so that's definitely why I got it. No, that's not why you got it. You got it because you're you're operating in the same way. You have the same paradigms, the same habitual way of being. Does that make sense? So when it comes to your business, right, how you do one thing is how you do everything, okay? If you are shy in your personal life, the odds of you being shy in your business life are very high. The likelihood that you operate the same way in your personal life and your business is very, very high. Your habits don't leave you, right? Your paradigm is not something you take off and you put down, and then when you go to work or to your business, you're a different person. Now, granted, you can change yourself into a different person, and we'll talk about how to do that. But you have to understand that your paradigms, that 96 to 98% of your results, is the most important. If you want permanently changed results, you have to change your paradigm. You have to go to the primary cause of your results. So that's what the next couple of lives is going to be about. Is about paradigms specifically and the impact they're going to have on your business, on your clients, on your success, on the length of your success, right? The height of your success, how successful you feel you can get, right? What you believe is logical, what you're perceiving is happening in your business, right? Are you focused on what other people have and not, what are you focused on? What are you doing habitually? That's going to determine the results that you get. I hope you guys found this informative. I will be back next Wednesday, of course. Like I said, I'll probably do the break the code takeaway breakdown next week, so that I can give y'all those gems, because baby girl, 2023 is like, it's already the best year yet. So if you have any questions, leave me a comment, send me a DM. Again, my book, How to Realize Your Goal in 7 Definite Steps, is on the website. You can purchase it for only $9.99. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Also, click that link in my bio. Book a free discovery call. You're here, right? Where do you want to go? And how are you going to get there? Let's connect those pieces. And then let me know if you guys have anything y'all want me to talk about. We're going to get it. I hope the coins are coining for you and everything is working out in your favor, as it always is and will be.